Hi everyone, it's Suzanne here. Thanks for joining me today. So today I'm just going to share with you my third project with the February kit from Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. So this project is featuring this trim from Prima. Now I hardly have any of it left. I've got a few little tiny pieces left, so it's really beautiful. It's gold and we got a yard of it, and I decided to do an altered hoop. So I picked up this embroidery hoop. It's a 9-inch, you can see there, a 9-inch hoop. I picked it up from a Salvation Army second-hand place, and in the background I've used some pink material, and I've covered it, and you can probably see here I've put some, because I do cross stitch as well, I used some of my interfacing and ironed it onto the material because it's really very thin. Actually, there's two layers. There's this pink and a layer of just white cotton underneath it, just to give it strength. So I've stretched it over the hoop. I put some glue on the inside, or the outside of the inside hoop, and stretched it over and tightened it up with the outside hoop. And then when it was dry, I took it back off and I put on the pockets. So I've put 2 pockets on. I've used a layer of lace, like off a curtain I suppose it is, that I have here, and I've made 2 pockets, so a small one and then a large one. So I pretty much did the same thing as I did for the top layer. I stretched it over, I put some glue around the outside of the inner ring, stretched the lace and the gold trim over, and popped the outer ring on, tightened it up, waited for it to dry before I put the outside ring back on with some glue all around. And I've also added some trim because it was pretty old. It was pretty kind of a bit beat up and a bit grotty. I cleaned it up as best I could, but I've just covered it up with a nice bit of ribbon lace there, and I've made a bow from the same material and a bit of tulle just to give it a bit of oomph. So for inside my pockets, I just made an assortment of goodies using this gorgeous paper from Cartabella. It's called Hello Sweetheart, and this is absolutely beautiful paper. So I've used this paper and just a few stickers from the sticker sheet from Crepe Paper, and some of the little ephemera pieces from this pack, but mainly I use the paper. So these are just the things, I'll just go through them. I don't think you needed to see me doing it because it's all pretty self-explanatory. So I've made a bookmark using a beautiful die that I have. It's a it's this one, a Spellbinders die, Vintage Elegance. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. One of my favourite dies. This little love one is a Kaiser Craft one, pretty old one. This Ooh La La is from the ephemera pack, the Crepe Paper ephemera pack, and the little gold flower is a tiny little piece that was left over from the gold trim. So that's one thing for the hoop. I made a Happy Valentine's card. So this is one of the 3x4 cutouts. I've simply rounded the corner. This is a die I have that makes the card, and I've just put Happy Valentine's Day inside. I have that die from the place we don't talk about. Also got this little tag, so it is one of the cutter parts as well. I love your latte. I've put a little bit of lace down in the back, sort of ties in with the hoop, and I've used some of the papers in the back, the pockets using the paper, and then I've just used a sticker from the sticker sheet and use a couple of my dies to decorate. I've made a little flower out of some lace and things that I have here. I used another die from that place. It's a dress form die, and I have wrapped some lace around that. I've also made this is another cutter part. I'm taking quite a Viking to you, so I've made a matchbook for these giant paper clips. So this one is just a heart with a few. I've got some gold thread. The Hello Sweetheart is off the bottom of the paper pack. That's what it's called. So I've used that both sides. I've done a flower both sides and a little shaker with love, and that side's just plain. So that's that one. And I've also magnetized that. I've made another card. This one's a little shaker, and it's got I like you lots, you're my main squeeze. Just used an assortment of the papers and laid it up, and inside used a heart and Happy Valentine's Day again. Also made a cute little wand, I suppose. So I've got lots and lots of layers. So I've got a gold layer in the back, then some leaves, a rosette, the heart with the eyelash trim, and the love on the arrow. And on the back is just another, I didn't make this part, I bought that part as it is, but I've made this out of some lace that I have, and I've put it on a straw. And also this little tiny cotton reel that I've decorated, put a bit of lace around, and there's two charms. Gosh, they're hard to see in this terrible light. A little sewing machine and a little pair of scissors. So that is my third project for February for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. I'll put some still photos after this for you to have a look at. Thanks for joining me. Bye.